What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers The Center. This is episode number 9 of our mini-series. We're getting toward the end because we finally are building the thing to get out. Let me actually get up there so you can see what I'm talking about. We're finally building the escape craft in this episode. We might not build the entire thing because we're planning to escape next episode if we can, but we're going to build a craft that's going to go up here. But before we do that, I have a couple of tasks that I would like to do with the elevator from you guys' comments. You guys have recommended some really good things. For starters, some of you have recommended putting a camera on the bottom that we can access from this seat when we're going down, and a camera on the top for the same reason. So we don't have to worry about bumping into this stuff. We can just use the camera to see what's down there. That would actually make a lot of sense because we have lights on the top and bottom, and we can't really use them when we're on the elevator. But if we had a camera, then we'd be able to use them. So we're going to add that. Some of you also suggested that I add a horizontal wheel that allows me to turn the elevator when I need to turn it. That would help a lot better than the little bumpers we have at the bottom that kind of orient us. So we're going to try that. We're going to add some sort of wheel up there to see if that helps us out at all. And then finally, we're going to check again if we have any ores. Let's start with the ore thing, actually, because some of you said that when you put an ore detector down, you can't see ores unless you have an antenna on the base, or if you're sitting in a seat. So actually, you know what? Maybe we just add an antenna on the base. That's not a bad idea. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to stick an antenna right back there in that corner. So we're going to remove this right here. We're going to mine this. You can see I didn't weld in some of the blocks that are actually under here. It's fine. They didn't need to be welded until now, basically, but we're going to move all this and we're going to stick our antenna right here in this open slot. Okay, something like this, I think. We have like a little area for it. We're just going to stick it right there. Let's weld up all these blocks that we can real quick. We should have a bunch of steel plates on the base. In fact, there's some right there. Let's go ahead and weld up this floor because we can't weld this after we put the thing down. Antenna, thank you very much. And we'll put that inside this nice little area here that we've given for it. Okay, we've got everything. Let's build it up. And there's our antenna. Okay, so now if we have an ore detector, we should now be able to see whatever's on this thing. And also we should be able to see the base from wherever we are. But at least we can see this antenna now. Let's sit down in here, refill our stuff while we get an ore detector in here, because I want to see once and for all if there are any ores. Okay, there's everything for the ore detector. We've built this a couple times already on the base, so it's not that much to build. Let's get this thing set up and see if we see any ores in here. It would be very nice if we do. Imagine if we see like cobalt or something. Let's go in here with our build vision, and we're gonna bump up this range all the way to the max. Whoops, all the way to the max. There we go. And let's see. I am not seeing anything right off the bat. Just having a look around, and yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. Let me make sure my H is set to normal display, fully visible. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not seeing anything. That would be amazing though if there were like ice somewhere, but yeah, it looks like we are not. We don't have any ores around us. That's unfortunate. It's okay though. All right, let's move on to the next step then. What I want to do is I want to put another wheel on here to see if we can get this thing able to turn around on itself. So I think what we're gonna do is, let me figure out how this wheel would have to be oriented. Okay, let's actually think about this here, because we want the wheel to be, I kind of want it to be a little closer, because I don't think this is gonna be, let me check this. The wheels, yeah, that wheel cannot touch at all. That's too far. So can I, please, let me think about what we can do about this. Boom, I can move that wheel a little closer there. The only problem is it kind of limits the space we have to go up. Now, which, is that bad? I don't know. I mean, we're pretty much kind of at the right height right there. The other thing we could do is just something like this, so the wheel's not that high. Okay, put it like that, and I'm a little worried that's gonna bump up now on that. Let's put this up here, and basically what we're gonna do is whenever we want to turn it, we're gonna move this down, and then accelerate a little bit, and then move it back up, so that it's not messing with us anymore. So let's see how it works. Let's give it a little bit of a test drive. All right, this is wheel turny turn. We have number 1 and number 2 are the height offset ones, and number 4 and number 5 are the override. So I'm gonna make it so that we have a view of that wheel, which I believe is, okay, there we go. Now we can let me get a better, okay, there we go. We can kind of see it. So let me bring that wheel all the way down so that it's now connecting, which I think it is there. I'm not 100% sure though. And now if I press 5, okay, it's not really, it is not even touching. Okay, wheel turny turn needs to move then. Okay, wheel turny turn has been moved a little bit closer. Let's set it up and give it another go. If I were to increase the friction a bunch, like to 50 or something, and then I were to do this, maybe higher. Okay, I think this is a failed mission. This is not working at all. I've got some propulsion. I've changed the speed limit, the friction. It's not moving at all. The height offset even. Yeah, it's because all these have friction, and I do not want to change the friction of all of these every time I want to turn this thing. So I think this is just a lost cause here. I thought it would work. It makes sense if you have a wheel turning this way that it would turn the entire ship, but it is not doing anything. Friction, speed limit, propulsion override, height offset. It's not it's not turning it at all. So I think this is just a lost cause. We'll roll it back and yeah. It's okay. It was a good idea. It just didn't work like we thought it would. Let's put the cameras on because I think that's another really good idea. Okay, there's the camera on the top. Let's put one on the bottom as well. We just need to move this ship a little bit up in the upward direction. Pause right there, and let's get it going. Ooh, okay. It cost a little bit of jetpack, but we got it. Okay, now we've got camera 1, which shows us the bottom. We can now see all the way down there, so if we're going... Well, I guess we can't control this while we're doing that, but the top one will now show all the way up as well. So, yeah, we have to be out of it to control this. Wait, do we? Oh, no, we don't. Okay, so actually, you know what? Let's take a trip down to the bottom. Is there anything else we want to do up here? I don't think so. I think that's everything we wanted to. So let's take a trip down to the bottom, see what's down there. We'll give ourselves a little bit of speed and start going. This is what it looks like from the bottom camera, and this is what it looks like from the top camera, leaving behind the base. Look at that. Oh gosh. It's actually very scary from here. I like the look from here much better. It's less scary. But from these cameras, good lord, you can see the shake. Wait, you can kind of see the base down there. How far are we? Oh, we're actually not that far. It's probably important to see our speed as well. It looks like we're going a lot slower than we are. This makes it look so fast, but this makes it look so slow. That's the top. That's the bottom. Oh my god, I love this. This is so amazing. Okay, here we come. Great idea, everybody who commented this, that we should do this. Okay, we're coming in at a bit of an angle. Let's start slowing ourselves down. What's the top seat? Nothing, really. Okay, and we should, with these corners, we should orient ourselves properly if we hit this. I feel like it is working, right? We're getting closer. Oh wait, we were able to lock all along. Okay. All right, we are now locked at the second base. I love the camera idea. Everybody, thank you so much for suggesting that. Great idea. Great idea all around. All right, welcome back to this base. I want to check while we're here on the drills and the state of this base altogether. Let's go ahead and connect to our other base. Let ourselves fall down a little bit, and we are here. Welcome back, everybody, to our first base. Looks beautiful, right? Actually, this base is really cool. I'm impressed with how we did here. I think we made a really cool base down here. Honestly, I'm really impressed with this entire series. I had no idea we would do so much with a base at the center of the Earth, as having a lot of power, a lot of refining power, a lot of assembling power. These drills, I think we did really cool stuff down here. It's really awesome. In fact, let's see how those drills are doing. I wanna walk down here and take a stroll down the area. Ooh, look at this. That one's already at its max. It's maybe about time to turn it so we can start getting a little more stone. But yeah, this is really cool. Okay, for stone, we're gonna go ahead and use this manual one here while the other one retracts, because we need it to retract fully before we can bring it back out. This guy gets us stone really quickly with the custom turret controller, so it's nice to use. Oh, what did I do? I exploded something. Yoink, thank you. What did I explode? The custom turret controller? Yeah, I blew up our custom turret controller. Whoops, I don't even know how we did that. Okay, I've given this thing a slightly different path, and it should be going now. Let's see where this is gonna take it, because I kind of moved it a little bit further to the side. Yeah, it's kind of on the same path as this. It should get a little bit of this side though, especially a little bit of this. So let's just let it go. It should give us some more stone, which is what we're looking for. Let's go back up to the top, take our elevator and use our new cameras, and we'll start on the escape craft that we're gonna use next episode. Because I want to get that thing designed, and I really don't know how we're going to design it. I have a couple of ideas, but whether they actually work remains to be seen. All right, let's step on board. Land. All right, cool. We're going to use this one this time, and let's go ahead and unlock and head out. Lift off. Gain a little bit of speed. Ooh, can we get up to 30? What does 30 look like with this thing? We cannot get up to 30. I think I have the speed limit set probably. Imagine, I mean, if this were real, we wouldn't have a HUD, right? We would We wouldn't know how fast we're going. We wouldn't know how high we are. We'd have to use the lights, which we absolutely can, because we should start to see the lights pretty... Yeah, see? I can see the lights right there. So it's doable. Ooh, 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 ooh. Brakes. Hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. We bumped off of something there. That was a little sketchy. But let's use this. What does the other camera look like? Not much. Let's use this until we're kind of close there. Press P to lock. Hop out. And we are here. A little high, but yeah, it worked. Okay, upstairs, we're going to start building that craft. And again, I have an idea of what it's going to look like, but I don't know for sure. But I do know that it's going to start with a landing gear. So let's get one of those down. And we're going to kind of try to align it perfectly here so that it doesn't really matter, honestly, what the alignment is, but it might help a little bit. Then let's get one of these blocks. We're going to give ourselves a little bit of scaffolding so we can go up and work as well. So let's go up here. And we're going to want this thing to kind of be built up here where the wall is, because the idea that I have here is we're going to have wheels on every side on the outside. So where this elevator had wheels on the inside, holding onto this little shaft thing, these wheels are going to have, or this elevator is going to have wheels on the outside that's going to hold on to the walls of this right here. So it's going to work. It's going to work fine, hopefully. Let's build ourselves a little more scaffolding right here. Build ourselves a way up. And we're just going to keep going up a little bit here until we have a decent area to start, which I think that's going to be pretty good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of block this out a little bit, like this. There we go. So now we kind of have an area to work, and we know that if we build it along the sides right here, we're not going to have to worry about it falling back down, because the lowest it'll fall is these blocks right here. And you know what? Instead of doing this, actually, let me do something else. Make it look a little bit nicer, since this is going to be a permanent structure. We don't want this thing falling completely out of the hole, right? So let's let me do a little bit of work here. Okay, these blocks right here are mostly permanent. We're going to build our craft up here on these. So let's start with some wheels. We're going to want to go out a little bit from here, and we're going to want to have wheels on the sides. So I'm thinking maybe something like this. How would this look if I had a wheel like that? I kind of want the wheel to be in the middle, though. So we would need something like, let's make ourselves a little base, actually. Okay, I'm kind of thinking design-wise here. I have a good idea of where this is gonna go. Sometimes inspiration hits me, and right now it's hitting me. This is good. Okay, here's kind of what I'm looking at. So I have it set up this way for a reason. We're gonna have this right here, which is gonna be our bottom wheel platform. So all the bottom wheels are gonna be coming out from there. We have 1, 2, 3 block clearance, and then we're gonna have our standing platform, which is gonna be about right here. So I'll make it another block set like this one. And then we'll have 5 blocks so that we can stand on, I think. Or maybe a couple more. This thing can really be as big as we want it to be, honestly. It doesn't really matter that much. Okay, the middle column is almost done here. And I like that we made it kind of smaller so that we can actually move around on this thing. I think it looks pretty good here. There we go. I think we're pretty much ready here to start working on the rest of the stuff. We have the main idea down here, and we just need to get the other wheels on. That's about how big it's going to be from this bottom part right here all the way to the top up there. So it's kind of a pretty large thing, but it should work fine, I think. This hole is pretty straight, so I'm not too worried about anything like that. Let's go ahead and go toward the top, because we're going to work on the top first, and then we're going to work our way down, just so that we can keep this scaffolding here. There's not enough real room to get by, so. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is something like this. Let's go out like this on the sides, and see what that gives us, see what we have to work with there. Because I think we're going to have to do the same thing where we kind of come out on the sides and then bring the wheel into the middle, just because we don't have enough room here. Okay, so unfortunately we lack the space that we had with the other, with the elevator down there. This is going to be kind of tight, because if I put it right here, this could very easily get sheared off. That's what I'm a little bit worried about. Ah, this now fits. If I remove that, this now fits. You know what I could do actually? Oh, I have an idea. Okay, if I place the wheel first, this way, it's a bit of a headache to get this to work, but if I place the wheel first and then come back in here and then change the height offset to go much, much closer to maybe 0, then I should be able to replace this. Yes, okay, so I have to remove that temporarily so that I can place the wheel, but once I have the wheel in, I can replace it and it works fine. Okay. So let me go ahead and get all these wheels set up here, and I'll come back once we have all of these kind of configured, just so you can see the design. We're gonna do kind of the same thing on the bottom, and these will come out and push this against the wall, and hopefully it will work. I think on the bottom, let's try the other one. So the other one I think that might work if we had some stuff. Some of this, yeah. So what might work is if we just have one block coming out this way and then 2 wheels on either side. So if I were to just go about that far and then something like this, maybe this would work too. Although maybe the wheels couldn't be placed then. I don't know. Let's turn this around and see if it works a little bit better. Okay, the wheels can be placed here. So one like that. And then what if I did, do I have enough? I don't know if I have enough clearance though to do another set of wheels. Yeah, I mean, this one might work. I don't know. I feel like the spiral design is better because the wheels are centered, but this one might work as well. It's just hard to know for sure, right? And there we go. Okay, everything's about offset the same. I'm gonna keep these bottom ones all offset the same level. I'm gonna keep the top ones offset the same level, and hopefully that will let it kind of find an even ground somewhere. Now, what I do need is a battery. So I could remove this and put a battery on the bottom. That wouldn't be a bad idea because the bottom should never really touch anything. Okay, for now, let's just give it some small batteries on the sides. We'll figure it out later. It'll be fine. All right, small batteries. Let's place them up. We can always build more of these if we need to, but for now, we'll just start with 4. And I want to put like a normal battery somewhere eventually, but for now, the small batteries will be fine. I really just want to remove the bottom part of this. Okay, now I just need a seat somewhere. All right, you guys know how it goes. We're just gonna basically put one of these here, and then on the other side, I think we're just gonna stick a big old battery. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this because I want it to be able, what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna put a little foot here. Wait, why can't I place this? Oh, I'm gonna put like a little foot here because I don't want this to hit the ground really that hard. Okay, let's go ahead and disconnect and see what happens. Okay, it's pretty stationary. I like that. All right, let's use our jetpack to fly up here again, because we have to. That's the only way up currently. I'll think of a plan to allow us to get up better than that, but for now, yeah, we have to use the jetpack. Okay, let's go ahead and sit down. We have no lights on this thing. We're gonna just make sure this thing is working for now, and then later we will, like next episode, maybe at the start, we'll come in and we'll beautify this thing, make it look a little bit better before we take off and start going. Okay, so all these wheels we need to rename, first of all. I need to know which ones are on the top and which ones are on the bottom. I think the numbering can help me though, because I placed the top ones first, so all the ones that are, these ones are 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these ones right here would be the top ones. So I can call this wheel top. All right, wheels top and wheels bottom. I want to make sure that these can't have the same height offset, but I want to make sure that they each have the same height offset with each other. I don't want any steering for either of these. I want propulsion and braking. Wheels bottom, we're going to give them kind of a lower strength. I think this strength is fine, but I want to give them like a little bit of height offset so they kind of center themselves. They can. Okay, wheels top, I'm gonna give them a higher strength, like 20, and also give them some height offsets so they try to like hold us in a certain area. And then, oh Lord. Oh, okay, so I know what's gonna happen here. We need to go through and make sure our wheels are going the same direction, because currently they are absolutely not. This one, when it's getting a forward propulsion, is actually pushing us downward. This one, okay, we can't even see that one. That one is also pushing us downward. Yeah, okay, I've just realized why this isn't working. It's because with my cockpit right here, when I press forward, some of these wheels are going backwards and some are going forwards, which doesn't make much sense because when I use the propulsion override, they all go forward, but for some reason the cockpit is changing the direction the wheels go, which I guess is a thing. So I need to go through and figure out this again. We can kind of get up right here if we use the, if we turn like this. Oh, there we go. Okay, we finally got it. That's how it always goes with these things. It takes forever to finally get it to go somewhere, but once you do, you finally get it. So currently, the way I have it set up is the bottom wheels are doing absolutely nothing because the top wheels are the only ones I can see. But this is the craft, and it works. I'm a little bit afraid that those side things are going to get nudged off at some point, and some of our wheels are going to fall off if we shake a little too much, but it is working. We're able to drive, and that's good. See, we're already about 50 meters away. Oh, I don't like it that much. Oh my gosh, I feel like that side thing's going to shear off, but I guess we'll work with it. Okay, let's let's come back down. We're gonna have to do a little bit of work on the design of this thing to make it look a little bit nicer. And hopefully we can get the bottom wheels working as well, so that we don't only have the top wheels giving us speed and stuff, but we do have it working. Let's go ahead and pause it right here. And that's good. All right, we have a craft, everybody. I'm gonna make this look a little bit better though, and that as well. Get the bottom wheels working, but we have something working. This is good. Actually, you know what we can do? Let's do this. Let's while we're here, let's get the bottom working a little bit nicer. So we'll go with one of these, kind of spread it out like this, and we're gonna give it like a little floor. Okay, so I've given it some legs like this, and we're gonna put some, we're gonna remove this thing, this long thing right here, and we're gonna instead put some wheels on this. Because wheels, remember, absorb a little bit of damage, so we're gonna put some 3x3s on the end like this. We're gonna go doubles, like we have been doing for everything else, and then hopefully we're gonna remove this ugly tail that we have on it currently. Okay, there we go. We now have some wheels to land on. It's look a little weird, but I wish we could land it right here. I don't think we really can though. Although ooh, you know what? We kind of want to be able to charge, don't we? Well, I think it's, you know what? It's fine. It's gonna be good. This is our craft, and I think it's good as it is. We need to figure out the bottom wheels, or not. I don't even know if we do need to. They're just currently on no friction, and it works fine with just the top ones, so maybe we don't need to figure out the bottom ones at all. This should help us so that we don't bump on the landing, and but other than that, I think this craft will be capable of bringing us out of the center of the Earth and all the way to the surface of the planet, whichever planet we're on. But yeah, okay. I think that's where we're going to end this episode. It was kind of a shorter episode. We did a little bit of work on our elevator, and then we did a little bit of work on this this new elevator right here. We got most of the design done. There's just a couple more things I want to do before we take off. Add some lights, maybe fix up the design up top, make it look a little bit better. But other than that, I think everything's looking pretty good. This is the next episode will most likely be the last episode of this mini series. So let me know what you guys want to see in that episode. If you want to see anything else from the bottom bases, we can do like a little tour maybe or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, next episode we're gonna take off and we're gonna leave this base behind. At the end of this series, I'll probably post this entire thing on the workshop in case you guys want to get in, mess around, maybe use this as a starting point for your own little series. You can absolutely do that if you want. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this episode. If you guys liked it, please hit that like button, put your comments and your suggestions down below in the comments section, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers: The Center.